And welcome back to the second WSL game of the night. We are at Perth Modern in Subiaco. We have South Perth Alliance versus the Northern Hawks with a very large South Perth Alliance squad and not as large Northern Hawks squad. We will start with South Perth Alliance number 28, Lucy Chan number 8, Abby Meekins number 6, Camille Harrell number 23, Julia Hein Mizuti number 14, Reina Kagami, number 7, Talia Zero, number 9, Ellis Glanfield, number 88, Lauren Baker, number 17, new signing Kimberly McCartney, number 15, City Tufal. For the Northern Hawks, we've got number 53, Rachel Wilson in net, number 98, Jess John, number 8, Kayla McCulloch, number 5, Nicola Hughes, number 12, Caitlin Blanca, and number 724, Jade Paul. Should be an exciting game, as we'll have to see how the South Perth Alliance squad react to their first, I'd say, very structural challenge. Of course, Hawks love their 4-0. We'll have to see how they react. Ball with Kagami. McCartney. Harrell. McCartney. Feeds well to Kagami, who tries to lay it off, but Rachel Wilson has that covered. Now with McAllister. Belanca. McCulloch getting pressed. Good 4-0 rotation from the Northern Hawks. John trying to feed McAllister but can't. Belanca isolated down the flank. Can't find the ball though as she looks to connect. McAllister just running out of space. Zero finding Kagami. McCartney out wide with Harrell. Pivots on the ball well. Kagami in that half space. Doing their own version of 4-0. It's going to be a game of 4-0 versus 4-0 at the moment. McCartney, Belanca winning the seconds and not winning the side ball. Zero feeding Kagami. Zero feeding into Mixer. Belanca just getting a touch on. And Kagami getting the touch out. Hawks set up there 4-0 again. McAllister. Belanca. McCulloch. John in the middle but can't find her as he feeds out to Belanca. Tries to find the ball through. Harrell now driving. Speeding Kagami. McAllister just recovering well. McCulloch trying to put that pressure on. A ball with McCartney. Zero. Shoots early and that was dangerous. Had both Belanca and Wilson scrambling but just wide. John. Belanca. Feeding down the line. McAllister trying to turn but can't. Now with Belanca. Feeding out wide. McAllister. Asking for it, Belanca, but instead turns the ball over. As John putting in a good, crucial defensive effort. Kagami. Zero. McCartney. Fed into a shot and just collected for Wilson. It's up in the 4-0 again. Belanca. McAllister driving into space. Can she feed Belanca? She can. Can she beat Zero? Not enough pace. As Zero uses her physicality well to just see it out. Chan going long and McAllister just feeding it out. Can McCulloch keep it in? She can't. .13 minutes left of stop clock. Zero. McCartney. Out wide. Zero. Looking to take on Belanca, but doesn't. McCartney feeds the ball in, and Wilson just collecting some heavy shots here from the ladies in light blue. Belanca feeding out wide. John feeds the ball down the line. Belanca winning the pace battle. Cuts it back, but no one's running to that middle spot as McAllister apologises. John just seeing it out. Harrell feeding Kagami. Turns well. Out wide to McCartney. Shoots and Wilson with a good leg save. John feeding down line and a touch off Harrell. Sees it as a Northern Hawks ball. Paul checking on for John. Of course, Jade Paul just returning after a number of injuries. Feeding McCulloch. Jade Paul flicked down the line, but no one home as we see a beautiful touch from Roberto Boy. Harold feeding it down. First touch almost from Abby Meekins, but Belenka having something to say about it. Harold checking into mid space, but again, Belenka defensively standing up strong. Feeding Belenka. Talia Kerm checking out to mid space. Belenka into lots of trouble. McCulloch, Belenka now unmarked. Paul. Can she find her? She can't. As South Perth sit up defensively again, win the ball back with a nice toe poke from Harrell and just can't find the back of the net as Northern Hawks put in a good defensive action. Meekins with the volley, but can't get it on. Number 23 for South Perth, Mazzuti checking on. Belenka trying to feed down the line, instead sits Zero, sorry. Jade Paul trying to feed the ball into the mix, spills out McCartney, can she finish? Lame effort from McCartney's standards. Now with Belenka. McCulloch. Now Belenka. Kerm. Good ball there from Kerm to McCulloch, but McCulloch's ball a little too heavy as goes out. Instructions obviously to hold at half court. McCartney. Zero fit into the mixer and Meekins just can't get her head onto it. Belenka checking out for her first minutes as Hughes checks on. Only one not to have a sub yet is Kellen McCulloch. Kerm. Hughes playing a nice ball across, but Jade Paul going to have to roll back the years to get on the end of that one. Ellis Glanfield checking on for South Perth Alliance. Zuti, only one, sorry, not Zuti. Ziera, the only one not to have a sub so far. Of course, the Italian international. Bit out wide, Meekins. Being down the line. Can she finish? Takes a touch, tries to set herself instead of taking first time. First time probably would have been the better option. South Perth Alliance ball. Meekins with a shot, high and wide. John checking on the court for McCulloch. John turning well. Feeding Kerm. Kerm, just a bit of a heavy touch as she loses possession. Wilson feeding Kerm. Paul, nice leave there from the Northern Hawks, but now the reaction's not quick enough as Meekins driving, feeding Zero. Out wide now with Glanfield. Sets the shot and a good block there from Paul. Fed into the mixer, but John just doing the defensive action. Out wide now. Trying to feed into behind for Kerm, but can't get it. Meekins. Glanfield. Mazzuti. Glanfield. Sorry, Zero. Now feeding Glanfield. Out wide with Mazzuti. Looking to drive, right boot and shot, but wide as Paul checks off for McAllister. Now with Kerm. Hughes getting pressed. Now with Glanfield, looks to open up in the right boot. Zero looking to draw players in, beats one, but can't beat the second. Meekins winning the seconds. Right boot, can she finish? Just wide. South Perth Alliance are knocking on the door. Ball with McAllister feeding Kerem. Kerem trying to feed Hughes. Now with John and getting pressured. Ball spilling out the way of Wilson though. And optimistic for the ball to be fed to McAllister there, but it's a South Perth Alliance side ball now. Glanfield feeding Meekins, trying to do that chip ball as Blanca checked on back to the court and does the defensive actions as always. Trying to get the ball down line, but Zero winning the seconds. Now it's a 2-on-1. Meekins feeding the back post. Good save from Wilson, bagging a team out for transitioning slowly. McAllister, Kerem, looks like she's going at full pace. Cuts back, trying to go across court. McAllister feeds back to Blanca. Trying to feed Kerem, but the missed touch. Blanca standing over the ball now. Feeding McAllister. McCulloch checking back on. Trying to do that flick down line, but no one doing the run as now Zero driving. Mizuti. Baker on for her first minutes. Ball with Wilson as McCulloch exits. Blanca on the ball now, feeds John, and the ball was through, but Blanca not making the run for her teammate. Harrell checking back on the court. Harrell out wide with Glanfield. Ball down the line and unable to win it. McAllister showing beautiful footwork. Blanca driving, but into danger. Reminder, scoreline is 0-0. 7 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock. It is stop clock. Plenty of goals can be scored in this last bit, especially as the Northern Hawks bodies start to tire. Switch to Harrell. Harrell with the touch forward. Nice and confident. She feels Glanfield, and McAllister doing exceptional so far. Ball is a corner ball. Ball over the top. Harrell with a touch. Look to isolate herself. Left boot, and Wilson with the save. Baker tried to get that little touch on. Ball short to Baker, who mistouches it out. The pressure from the Little Hawks taking its toll, as that'll be a timeout for the Northern Hawks. We will join you after this quick break. Play restarting. We'll see what referee Greg Farrell has given adjustments to his side. It's in a dangerous spot for them as McAllister looks to receive the ball nice and high, and ball given across goal. Not coming their way. Ball in the middle. What a finish by Glanfield. Well fed by Harrell. Just completely unmarked. We'll see that on the replay. Just watching the ball. Hawks getting caught out, and that is 1-0 to South Perth Alliance. McCulloch trying to feed John. Can't. Baker winning the seconds, but Rachel Wilson getting the better of her. John receiving the ball. Kagami putting in a strong challenge. McAllister trying to feed the ball at the top, but McCulloch fighting against McCartney. Probably not one she's going to win. Chan. Kagami. Blanca winning the ball back. Feeding McAllister. Feeding back to Wilson. Out wide to McCulloch. John looking to connect, and instead Cam Harrell winning the seconds. Played it cross court. Baker. McCartney shoots and was dipping, but Wilson feeding John, trying to win the seconds, and McCartney winning it. Harrell, first time shot. Rachel just parrying it out. Rachel Wilson, I should say. McCulloch feeding the ball through to Blanca, and the pace not enough to get a runner on. Feeding to the middle, McCartney shoots, and well, high and wide. Ball over the top. Trying to find McAllister, but can't. Baker standing over this one. Feeds Kagami. Now with Baker. Tries to turn, and Blanca winning the better of her. 3-on-2. McAllister back to Blanca. Can they make this 1-1? Blanca mistiming the pass, and that spills just out back to her. See what she decides to do with it. Good block run. But McAllister giving the ball back to Harrell. At least Northern Hawks have set up back up defensively. Meakin's back on the court. McAllister trying to put on the pressure. Blanca getting beat by the 1-2, but not enough court space for Kagami. So far, both sides have had their chances. You would say that so far South Perth Alliance have had a little bit more, but game is to anyone. McCartney winning the ball off a Perth FC teammate, McAllister. Seeing that 4-0. Giving short to Blanca. Blanca looking to drive herself, instead feeds Kagami. McCartney putting on some pressure, but McAllister showing some nice footwork. John. McAllister. McCulloch. McAllister through. This is the Hawks' chance, but they recover defensively so well, South Perth Alliance. That was a beautiful play by the Northern Hawks. Best possession play so far of the night, I've got to say. Ball fed to McCulloch. McAllister, and that was wide. McAllister checking off for Kerm. Kagami receiving, and Meekins makes a deep run. Gets John, gets beat on the pace, and just fields out to Wilson. Blanca on the ball now. Out wide with McCulloch. Tries to feed Kellen Blanca back, and she does down the line. Can't square the ball, though. She looks in disappointment. And ball spills back the way for South Perth Alliance. Ball with Kerem. Out wide with Balenka. Driving through the middle and trying to feed McCulloch, but McCulloch at full stretch can't get on the end of that one. Ball with Zuri. McCartney. Fed to target. Meekins. Now with Zira. Feeds back to McCartney. Pivots well. Tries to feed it through the middle as Balenka just blocks that shot off. Ziri feeding target well, and Blanca just not following her player as fatigue starts to set in, and Wilson with bailing her out with a good save. McCulloch feeding it to no one, and that surely is a goal. Good save by Wilson, and a beautiful last-ditch clearance by Kayla McCulloch. Wilson thanking her teammate. Now with Meekins. Out wide with Zero. Looking to isolate. Plays it into the wall of black. Timeout card coming out from Roberto Boy. We'll see what he can cook up on the coaching board. Of course, he's known for his corner set players. We'll just keep the live stream going and see if we can get a little insight into the man's mind. Just listening to it now, they're stunning the line of 3 at the moment. Looks like they're planning a double block into a first-time shot. So it should open up for a free shot to the back post. For far post runner, it seems. So it should be 2 blocks into a first-time shot to the back post runner. We'll see if it comes off. Hughes coming on for the Northern Hawks. See what happens. Meekins to the back post. Ball over the top. Meekins with the first-time volley, and they get themselves another corner. You see the double block into the ball over the top, but Meekins couldn't time her run to get that perfect volley on. Ball over the top, and they're trying to do it again. McCartney with the header, and Wilson looking a little bit shaky there, but not getting punished for it. Paul under a lot of pressure. McCulloch just clearing the lines. 0 on the ball now. Out wide, McCartney. Can't feed the run of 0, but it's now spilled away with McCulloch. John. Paul with a nice turn, but getting pressed. Turns well. McCulloch now wide with Hughes. Trying to feed another wide ball, but Meekins got the overlapping run, and McCartney keeps it in. And can't keep it in the second time as she falls for her own footwork. Ball with McCulloch. Paul tries to do the same skill move and instead goes back herself. Paul feeding Hughes, or trying to down the line, instead feeding the ball out. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left of stop clock. Score currently 1-0, anyone's game. If South Perth Alliance probably looking to get a second or third before the end of the half in order to confidently be in the driving seat. 0 out wide now. Can't he check into the middle? This pressure from Northern Hawks slowly comes on. Hughes pressing well. Hitting Chan back in net. 0 now driving. Ball out wide. Taking well. Shoots, and Hughes with the defensive effort. 0, feeding Mizuti, and a good block by Callum McCulloch. McCartney, Mizuti, Meekins, out wide, 0. Hughes, another defensive effort. Mizuti, down the line, McCartney tries to do the flick in the middle and goes out to McCulloch. Feeds John. Tries to do the flick down the line. Feeds Hughes well. Overlapping run. Feeds John, but 0. Reading that well. Tutati on the court now. Ball misplaced passes. 0. Doesn't keep it in. Kerm checking back on. Trying to feed McCulloch, and McCulloch just dummies it for John, but not on the right wavelength. Meekins fed over the top. 0. Looking to isolate herself. Gives Glanfield and Kerm just doing enough. McCulloch by herself. Looking to bring her teammates in and can't. Well covered by South Perth Alliance. Feeding Chan. Touch forward from Glanfield, getting dispossessed. Kerm now with 0, who feeds the ball over the top for Meekins, but the run wasn't on. Yeah, made 4-0 as John checks into the middle. Ball down the line, cut out by Glanfield. 1 minute, 7 seconds left of stop clock. Paul with a good turn, but can't get physical battle. 0. Feeding the ball in, and Meekins just doing a little touch to her teammate. Well reset. 0. Ball with Glanfield. Shoots with the right boot, and Paul just maintaining a distance. Yeah. Giving out wide. Down the line to Meekins, creating those little triangles, and ball popped across the face of goal, but Wilson just watching it go out as Blanca checks on for the last 36 seconds. Ball given right back to the South Perth Lions. 34 seconds left on the clock as there's miscommunication in the Northern Hawks ranks. Ball given to 0. Glanfield sizing up Blanca. 0. Nice pivot and quick movement. Meekins, nice check in the middle. 10 seconds left. They have to get a shot off. Glanfield shoots, and Blanca just clearing it for a corner ball. 10 seconds left. Glanfield out wide. Blanca winning the seconds. Can she make it? 1-1 for her teammate, Callum McCulloch, and Blanca. McCulloch not fast enough. That was the Hawks' chance to make it 1-1. And going unpunished, but that was a good link up from Blanca and McCulloch. We will join you back after this quick ad break.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Blanca, John, Kerm, Blanca, gives it to John, and ball well wide. Ball out wide with 0. Harold feeding the ball down the line. Trying to turn as it in. Blanca just can't get the better of match up as she looks into driving space. Ball dictated off the line. McAllister. Ball with 0. Good pressure from the Northern Hawks as ball goes across to Kagami. Ball to Harrell and Wilson collecting this way. Ball over the top to McAllister. Has the run of John but can't keep it in. Ball back. McLean didn't lane down the law. Harrell. Ball straight into Wilson's hand. Blanca now driving, beating. 0 for pace, but can't cut it back.
Daisy, Talia, good runs. Take your time, Jessa.
Feeding to McAllister, shoots and can't get it on target. As I hear Greg Farrell just complaining about the ball not given to the back post. Good reverse ball. Baker on the run. Looks laid off to Harrell. Shoots and toe poke, and Wilson setting herself well. It's now Daisy McAllister driving into space. Nice speed pass. 0 and can't. Ball with Blanca. Ball down the line and fed it back to her. Ball with John. Flick down lines on. She does do it. Blanca. Chan just taking her seconds. Northern Hawks just complaining about little pushes off the ball. As Chan goes down.
Girls, Talia, are you a doctor? If not, just drop away.
Hawks just collecting their breaths and having good chat about how to win this game. Only 1-0 scoreline, so very possible. Blanca getting the yellow card. Harrell standing over the ball. 4 seconds. The call turning off the other way.
Talia, Talia, come here. Jessa, Daisy, Daisy, come here. Just then. Kayla, get everyone in and talk.
McCulloch gonna set up a set play. Farrell electing for Blanca, McCulloch, John, and McAllister. Double leave, Blanca. Oh, corner ball. It was a nice set play from the Northern Hawks. You would have thought that would have had a chance of going. McAllister feeding Blanca. Ball down line and McCulloch not reading the play. Harrell standing over it.
Kayla, close the line. Jessa, step.
Baker. Ball fed into the mixer and Harrell just winning the seconds. Kagami. Out wide now with Baker. Unmarked. McAllister stepping. Blanca driving into space and not beating past Kagami. Baker electing to restart. Good pressure from McAllister.
Well done, Daisy.
Baker unable to beat past Blanca.
Forward, look forward. Look forward.
Blanca feeding John and feeding McAllister. John, can she shoot? Good defensive action from South Perth Alliance. Northern Hawks since the second half of, dare I say, dominating the game. McCulloch feeding to Blanca. Can she finish? Good defensive action. Corner ball. Blanca turns well, but into zero. Sorry, 0.
Kayla, to go.
It'll be a Northern Hawks ball. McCulloch unmarked. Blanca feeds it in and off the woodwork.
Kayla, good strike. Just a little lower next time.
Baker standing on the ball now. Harrell checking into the middle, but Baker electing to go long. John getting beat by Meekins. Meekins 1-on-1. Good save by Wilson.
You're fine. Jessa, behind you. Behind you.
John just cutting out the angle. Good dummy. Now with Baker. Toe poke. Wilson setting well.
Yeah.
Hughes checking back on. McAllister getting pressed. Turns well, but running out of real estate. Ball with Missouri as McCartney's back on. Ball down the line. Blank intercepting well.
Well done, Nick.
Out wide with McCartney.
Cover, good. Nikki, higher.
Ball out wide to the back post and stuck over the back of the line, but say across the line, but can't finish.
Kayla, move.
Ball across court as Zero wins it. Good interception by Belenka. Harrell getting intercepted. McAllister losing her player as McCartney looks to drive. Feeds. Zero back post. Meekins. Open goal and somehow missing. South Perth Lions might be losing there. If there goes 1-1, they might be losing themselves a little bit. Ball with Zero. Feeding target well. Kerm winning it well. Now Hughes. Ball with Wilson. Feeds out wide to McCulloch. Kerm trying to feed it. McCartney. Good save by Wilson. Glanfield checking back on. Ball with Harrell. Feeds it across. Meekins shoots and Kerm just doing enough. Wilson over the top. Kerm collecting well and restarting. Ball over the top. McAllister can't direct it past the arms of Chan. Glanfield trying to take. Hughes winning it but can't get a footing right. Glanfield ball. Sorry, Carroll ball over the top. Glanfield's run and McCulloch high foot.
Bad luck. Excellent run. Kayla, you okay?
McCulloch just taking one for the team. Feeding McAllister, 1-on-1. Can she beat past McCartney, her Perth FC teammate? She can't, as that'll go the way of South Perth Alliance. McCartney, ball down the line. Meekins holding up well at pivot. Kerm doing better. McCartney, Harrell, as that just sneaks into the back of the net. McCartney taking that as an assist, and Wilson just unlucky there. The ball sort of went through her a little bit. As we have Belenka and Paul checking back on the court. 11 minutes left on the clock. 2-0 is the scoreline. Belenka on the ball. Out wide with McAllister. Belenka. Dribbles past well. McAllister and getting pressed. Zero can't get it as ball across to Paul. Not read well as Glanfield wins the ball. Wilson going long. Kerm just almost winning it, but just still in the way. The opposition. Good interception by Belenka. McCartney on the ball now. Meekins. McCartney. They're down the line. McAllister. Nice footwork. Splitting out to Wilson. Belenka. And Meekins just getting the touch out. Wilson on the ball now. Wilson unable to make the throw as Glanfield collects. Ball down the line. Meekins. Good save by Wilson. Glanfield trying to feed into the mixer and Wilson just collecting. Kerm. Belenka. And Mizuti just restarting and a nice ball. Now with Glanfield. Jade Paul intercepting. Turning into danger though. Kerm feeding it back in. McAllister can't get onto it. And Shu goes wide as she complains to herself. Jan checking on for McAllister. Belenka on the ball now. Feeding Wilson. Back to Belenka. Feeds a nice 1-2 to Paul, but can't give it back to Belenka. Feeds Meekins well, tries to turn. Kerem just trying to feed it back to Belenka, but not on the same wavelength. Mizuti standing over it now. Glanfield back to Mizuti. Feed it into Meekins, but Jan with a crucial interception. Belenka showing nice physicality, but can't beat past the two. Paul back to Belenka, can't get past Glanfield. Paul, nice ball roll, but can't control it. Mizuti, Paul pressing. McCartney down the line, and Glanfield running out of real estate. Kerem feeding Belenka. Out wide with Paul. Trying to turn and can't. Belenka feeding the ball over the top but can't. Meekins spills out. Wilson with a good save again. Belenka feeding it right back to Mizuti. Jan Wilson feeding it right back and just missing the goal somehow. Open net. Wilson feeding Kerem. McCartney open on the right boot and hitting the woodwork. Ball fed into the mixer and Kerem just turning. And Mizuti losing out the physical battle from Kerem. Now with Meekins. Glanfield. Out wide. McCartney. What a finish, McCartney. First time to the back of the net. Making the scoreline 3-0. I'd be very surprised if I don't see a fifth man play come out from the Northern Hawks. They're known for doing it, but South Perth Lions can also defend it, so this will be interesting to see whether Greg Farrell elects to pull out the trump card. Kerem. Feeding Belenka. Belenka, not many options. Feeding Glanfield instead. Good shot from Glanfield, but Wilson doing better. And ball into space, but no one going for the run. Fatigue setting in. Now with Glanfield. Kerem trying to intercept and Jan just clearing her lines.
Jade, press up. Close that pass. In front.
Ball to Kagami. Resets. Ball over the top now with Glanfield, but Wilson clearing her lines well. Mizuti. Pressure on from Belenka. Kagami. Block. Not going their way. Mizuti shoots and good defensive action by a combination of Jan and Kerem. Jan intercepting well, feeding at Belenka, one-on-one versus McCartney. Can she beat her? Elects to restart. Paul. Glanfield just seeing that out. Ball with Belenka. Ball over the top. Can't beat Paul.
Push up.
McCartney. Ball down the line. Kagami. Belenka winning the battle. Paul out wide. Kerem.
Jade, go forward.
Good back roll to Jan and can't win it as now it's Kagami versus Wilson. Belenka coming in though. Good defensive recovery from the Northern Hawks. Wilson with a crucial save as Belenka just taking her time to regain her breath. Ball down line to Baker. Back post. No one home. Kerem looking to beat past two. Beats past one. Can't get Mizuti. Chan. McCartney. Right foot to Kagami. Ball down line. Back post. Runner not tracked as Mizuti puts it in for an empty net. That will be 4-0 the scoreline. McAllister and McCulloch checking back on. 7 minutes left of stop clock. A long time, but it's going to be a high ask for Northern Hawks to get back into it. McAllister on the ball now. Feeding Belenka. See if she sees a switch. Goes to McAllister. John, nice half turn. Beats McCartney. Baker regains composure though for her slide. Of course, transfer from the Western Devils, and so far it's fit into the South Perth Alliance system very well. Nice ball roll, but can't beat past Belenka. McCulloch trying to force the ball through, but Baker's putting on the pressure. John feeding Belenka. Can she turn? Can't turn. Alexa restart. McCulloch. John. Feed into the mixer. McAllister. Can she make it one? Can't as it spills the way of Kagami. Ball spilling out to Belenka though. Left-footed shot. Getting McCartney. Belenka using her body well. John getting pressured, and McCartney just seeing the ball out as Belenka checks off for Hughes. John's ball. Wilson. Hughes passing back, and John just saving a teammate from a back pass. Ball back of SPA. Kagami. Out wide with McCartney. Now feeding through the middle. McCulloch just intercepting. Hughes, ball down the line, and McCartney just doing a defensive efforts. Ball will be a Northern Hawks ball. John standing over it. Hughes on the ball now. Out wide to McCulloch. Down the line to McAllister. Can she feed the run of Hughes? She beats past one. Back post. Chan with a crucial save. Now South Perth Alliance on the break. 2-on-1. Northern Hawks are recovering well there, especially for such a small squad. McCartney, right boot. Classic centre back clearance. Hughes checking off for Kerm. Ball fence and mixer, but Baker intercepting. Kerm putting on the pressure, gets beat by Baker. Out wide now with McCartney. Now with Baker, sized the opponent up well. Kagami, ball down the line. Intercepted though. Kagami, Baker, Kagami. Fed to the back post, can she finish? Wilson doing enough as it'll go out for a goalie ball. McCulloch is through, 2-on-1, lets the ball run, but could have played that pass to McAllister. 6 minutes and 15 seconds. 5 minutes remaining. I'm blind. Baker's ball. Pressure from the Northern Hawks coming out. Baker going long. Kagami collecting very easily. Lays off for the runner, but John turning well. And that will go foul the way of the Northern Hawks. John standing over this one.
Taylor in front.
John feeding into the mixer, but can't find McCulloch. Kerm trying to feed McCulloch. Be a Northern Hawks ball. Feeding Kerm, but misplaced pass from McCulloch. Sees it go the SPA's way. Kagami. Switch of play. Ball down the line. Well trapped, but going out the way of McCulloch. Looking to slow the game down. Playing out wide to John. Down the line. Intercepted as it spills out South Perth Alliance's way. No, given as a Northern Hawks ball. McCulloch. McAllister trying to turn, but waiting for the ball. Gets punished. Lucky to win a side ball. Vinny Kerm, nice 1-2. McAllister, can she finish? Chan with a good save. Gotta say, if Lucy Chan wasn't in net, that could have been very easy 2 goals for Northern Hawks this half. Ball fed through. Meekins not quick enough to go on the end of it. 4 minutes 30 left on the clock. Kerm getting pressed. Wind one back. McAllister now spreading wide. McCulloch. Ball back to McAllister. Can she finish? Got a 3-on-3 and just can't keep it in play. Chan. McCulloch sizing up her opponent. Does well. Back with 0. Fed to the back post. Unmarked. Kagami hitting the woodwork. Balanka checking back on for John. Balanka unmarked, but Rich Wilson not communicating. As Kerm back to Balanka. She's got a 2-on-1. Can she finish? Make it 1 for the Hawks. Chan with a good save. And the double save. That was another opportunity for the Northern Hawks. That could have made it 3 if Lucy Chan wasn't so good in net. Balanka. McCulloch. McAllister lays it off, but Cam Harrell just collecting. 0, feeding Beacons. Back out wide as Glanfield goes for a run. Ball a bit ambitious. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock. Three minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock. McCulloch feeding McAllister. 1-on-1. 2-1 if she can make it, but Zuri just showing her experience as she cuts the pass. Can't play the pass across though. Balanka on the ball now. Fed the ball down line to McCulloch. Back to Balanka. Tries to cut in. Can't beat past Harrell. Shows good physicality. Now it's Harrell. Can Balanka catch up? Back to Harrell and puts enough pressure on.
Talia, go wide. Talia, not forwards, go wide.
4-0 set up for the Hawks. Very deep. Balanka driving through the middle now. Got a lot to beat. Feeds McAllister. 2-on-1 if they can make it. Balanka, can she finish? Chan again. Doing exceptionally well, and could have been 4 if Lucy Chan wasn't in net. And that makes it 5 up the other end. Meekins with the easy tap in.
Caitlin, bad luck. Head up.
2 minutes and 33 seconds left of stock clock. 5-0 the scoreline so far. Hope for the Northern Hawks faithful that it comes one more. McAllister. McCulloch. McAllister. Fed in the middle, but Kerm not reading the pass of a teammate. Out wide now with Harrell. Got space and time to drive. Good interception there by McAllister. McCulloch checking off for John. Glanfield touch past. Driving on her right. Cam Harrell unable to feed it. Now back with Glanfield and making it 6.
We're going to drop behind the ball, yeah? Yeah, we just need to train at a higher intensity, that's all.
Balanka. Kerm. Balanka. Now driving, can she make it 1? Shoots and the back post running up there.
She's coming.
Ball over the top. Can't feed the back post runner. Wilson feeding Kerm. Can't feed John though. Meekins. Good interception by Kerm. Goalkeeper ball. Ball fed to Glanfield. Harrell Can't find the run of Meekins though.
Daisy, show. Don't go too close. You're closing it off.
Kerem going long, feeding Harold instead, and John just holding up her opponent.
Caitlin, by going closer, you make it more close.
John playing down the line. McAllister trying to feed that ball to Blanca. Does. Trying to play the restart ball and can't. Glanfield on the ball now. Feeding Baker. Left-footed shot and back post. Good save by Rachel Wilson. See that on the replay. It's bending and Rachel Wilson did have to get a touch on it. Mizuti shoots and another good save by Wilson. See that again on the replay. Minute 17 left on the clock. Ball fed to the back post. Glanfield, can she open up? Good interception by Blanca. Glanfield feeding into the mixer. Kerem intercepting and driving. Kerem showing nice physicality and just winning herself a side ball. Blanca checking off for McCulloch. Last minute left. McAllister. John fends the mixer. Glanfield just clearing out lines. Meekins. Baker. Does she see the pass? She does. Over the top and Wilson collecting easily. McCulloch. Kerem feeding into the middle and can't find the ball. McAllister turning well. Mizuti, nice footwork. Meekins. Ball down the line. Mizuti. Baker, can she finish? Ball rolls, but can't get on the end of it. McCulloch putting the pressure on. Ball with Glanfield. 20 seconds left on the clock. Feeding to an unmarked player. Good save by Wilson. And Mizuti can't get the shot off on target. 12 seconds. Hopefully a consolation prize for the Northern Hawks. Wilson feeding Glanfield instead. Shot. McCulloch collecting and under pressure, feeding well. McAllister optimistic with the ball to McCulloch. Ball fed through and just out, and that will be full time. We will join you with the statistics shortly.